All right, I'm going to show you guys how I use my iPad and an iPad pencil to plan my garden. And the first thing I did is I bought an app. It was, I don't know, less than $10, called GoodNotes. And this is it right there. And I have many, many documents, either just notes or notebooks, or categories. This is a file folder with Bible studies and things like that, but all kinds of things. So I'm going to show you my garden notebooks, and I've got it sorted by name. So I'll go down here to G. Okay, there's my garden 2019, my garden 2020, and my garden 2021. So what I did is I took my garden 2020 and I duplicated the notebook and put a new cover on the front and changed it, and now I'm going to go in and delete out all the old stuff and put in the new stuff for this year. That way I don't have to draw out my plans again and all that stuff. So let me just show you what that looks like. Here's the first page, and then there is a layout of my raised garden bed, 16 by 16. The beds are 2 foot wide, and I have them labeled bed 1, bed 2, bed 3, bed 4, bed 5. So I can break it down on other pages. And let me just show you in this empty space how easy it is to use the pencil. So I've got it on eraser now, so I'll click on pencil. And over here I can click here and choose my colors. I'll go ahead and leave it on black. My quick option is black, white, or green, but you can very easily change that by choosing a color there, but I'm going to stick with black. And since I want to draw nice straight lines, I'm going to use this tool right here, and that'll help me draw straight lines. So see, I can just, oh, that's a little crooked. And right up there is an undo, or there's an eraser over there. And see how easy that is to do. I don't know how I filled that, but you can do all kinds of things. And then I can choose the highlighter, highlight it yellow if I wanted to, or whatever I want to do. And oh, let me show you one more thing. You can also move things real easy. Just circle it, move it anywhere you want. It's amazing. Tap off, choose the eraser, and now let's just get rid of it. So that shows you how the pencil works and how I can use it. So let's look at some of my other pages. This is a list of seeds I have on hand. Since then, I've purchased a few more, so I need to update this list. And here is the page for bed number 1. And that's when you walk, this is the front of the garden. When you walk in the door here, it's over on this side, on the left-hand side. And this is bed 1. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 squares. And I can put whatever I want in it. And so what I do is I'll put like, let's say I'll put onions here. Oh, let me go back to pencil. I'll put onions. And then down here, and I'll just write maybe onions. And then I write any notes about it that I want, like when I planted it, or what if there's any special fertilizer or anything I need to do and how often. And I'll most importantly, I'll put the date that I planted them. And I'm starting them in plastic jugs, so I will transplant them into that. So that's what I do here. And let me erase that because I'm not putting onions there. I already went in and deleted out the old. Now here is bed number 2, and look what a mess it is. That's because I've deleted out some of it. I can go ahead and erase this. That's just some notes from last year. And I'm pretty sure I've got German thyme and Mexican tarragon there. And the German thyme, I looked when I cleaned it out the other day. That's still coming. That's still there. The Mexican tarragon, I'm not sure if that's a perennial or not. So I'm going to have to check and see what's there. I know my sage is doing real well here, and the thyme. The German chamomile, I don't know if that comes back up, so I need to check on that and finish cleaning this out. And I'm pretty sure dill doesn't come back up. And so what I'll do is I'll go through, clean out. I did this wiggly line to let me know that is the side that has the fence. And this is the side that's on the inside of the enclosed garden. So I'll go through and clean this up real good. And then these empty boxes will be ready to decide what to plant in them. And here's the center of the garden. And I've got 6 tubs in the middle. And this has notes on what's in there. These two are, this one has some catnip that has spread over here. So I'll have to dig that out. And then I've got 3 tubs in front of the front porch, and that's what's in there. I don't think I put anything in there, but I have rosemary there, and it needs trimmed back and cleaned up. The German chamomile, the same thing. And then the back of the shed, I have 2 different tubs, and I have catnip in one, and I had fennel in the other one. And the leaves did real well, but I never got any bulbs out of it, so I might need to change the soil on that. So I need to clean this out a little bit. This is bed number 3. That's left over from last year. See how messy it is? So the B stood for banana peppers, and I can put 1 plant per square, so that's how I planned it. The tomatoes, 1 per square. That's how many tomato plants I had. Cucumbers, 1 per square. Corn, 4 per square. And did I have some? I had some marigolds thrown in there somewhere, but this all needs cleaned out. But at least I don't have to redraw the beds again. Bed number 4, and these all had tomatoes in them. I was in the hospital when those were planted, and my son-in-law and my daughter and the kids planted all those for me. So let's see. No tomatillos here. And the baby watermelon was there. I'm going to move them somewhere else this year. So let's go ahead and redraw those lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, and these aren't perfect squares, but these are 12-inch square plots. Okay, bed number 5, the same thing. The zucchini did not do well here at all last year, so I'm going to move it back to the old spot where I had it year before last, and it did wonderfully. That's bed number 5, and again, that's up by the front gate. This is, oops. This is the front door when you come in. That's the right-hand side. And then outside of the fence, at the back of the bed, I've got all of these big monster tubs. And the stevia did not do very well last year. Let me erase that. But the yarrow did wonderful, and it's still doing well. So I'm going to put medicinal herbs in all of these big tubs. I never did get them planted last year. I just got it set up and got them there. I need to drill some holes in the bottom and then fill them up with, put a couple milk jugs in the bottom because they're very big tubs, and then fill them up with dirt. And this is some future planning on here. I have possible additions. I'm thinking about adding a bed here, and then this will be the gates where you go in. So that'll give me 2 more 16-foot beds. I'm reconsidering that now because for these beds, I use 2 by 12 by 16. They are outrageously expensive. They are $40 each, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's plus the end board. So I would end up spending $300 just to add those 2 other beds there. So I really don't want to spend that much money. So I'm looking for a cheaper alternative. I haven't made up my mind yet. I may have to just bite the bullet and do it, but we'll see. And so here I've already planned out exactly what I need. I need 9 4x4s. I need 12 2 by 12 by 8s. And I need 8 2 by 12 by 2. And some chicken wire and some black landscape fabric. So that's I'm thinking about. I'm not sure though. And then here's a sweet potato bed, and that's 2 huge tubs sitting on a pallet. And then do a fencing panel on the back for the vines to grow up. So I would put that right there. I've already got the pallet there, and I had the tubs, but I didn't have the fencing panel done. I got sick with kidney failure when that was supposed to be happening, so I didn't get to finish a lot of things. And then I would brace it from the top of that panel down to there. And that's where I'm going to grow sweet potatoes. And then I was thinking about doing an herb garden addition. And these plants all get pretty big. And I was thinking about either doing little individual pots, like a 2 by 12 by 2 boxes, 4 square feet. But once again, the cost for the wood to do this would just be outrageous. This was at, last year I calculated it, and it would cost me $96 to do all of these great big pots. But it's going to be, it would be triple that this year, at least. It would be like another $300 for these. So, once again, still thinking it through. This is my front flower garden, and as I plant things, I just write down what they are in a circle where they're at and label it so I can know what I've got going there. And this is a list of what I want to grow for the year. Now I'm going to go through and change that because I'm not going to repeat some of the things I did last year. And this tells me how many I can put in 1 square foot, how many plants. And it's very interesting. This is called square foot gardening. Like a tomato plant, I can just put 1 tomato plant in a 12-inch square. But I can put 16 onion plants in a square. So I've got that listed. And then over here is the date. I don't know what that MO stands for. But this is when I can plant it in the ground. So, and then over here is a monthly planting guide for the things that I want to plant. So I know that in March, I can plant onions, lettuce, parsley, spinach, radishes, kale, parsnips, and garlic. like that is now, and my garden is not ready. So, but I have started seeds on these yesterday, and I'm going to get the rest of them in there today. So within a week or two, I'll have sprouts coming up, and I can get them in. And then this is the list of what I can plant in April. And over here's the earliest day I can probably do it. And here's May. And so, oh, I know over here, that 1 means I can plant it the first half of the month. The 2 means I need to plant it the second half of the month. So then I started individual sheets on each thing I'm planting, days to germinate, days to harvest, things like that. But I never got very far with that. There's my carrots that I got from Baker's Creek. Notes planted in jugs March 15th. Sugary sweet taste. Thrives even in brutal conditions. Light and fluffy soil and full sun. It needs adequate moisture. Only average fertilizing. Surface sow. Sprouts in 12 to 18 days. So it's nice just having all that information right here in this one document. And there's the corn I planted. So there's all kinds of different things. And then I can go click right up here. And I can see all my pages at once. And let's see what else. Oh, down here is a potting table plan. I was going to build a potting table and set it up behind the shed. It's partial shade back there. And it might not be too hot. Let me show you what I mean. Let's see, where's my garden plant? Right here. Here's my shed. And then back here, this space, I just have the wheelbarrow and some extra pots and stuff. But it would be nice to put a little potting shed back there. So I may do that. And here is a plan that I was going to use on how to do it. So I have enough lumber already that I bought last year for some benches that I didn't make, that I can make that potting table. And let's see. All right, that's it. So I love this Apple Pencil and my notebooks. Let me see. I'd show you my planner, but I don't want you to see all my budgets. I don't want you to see what I spend my money on. Let's see. What else is in here that you might like? I've got a full Bible in here called the Remarkable Bible. I love it. You can just click up there. Maybe if you do it right, open link, and then you can choose where to go. But I like that. It's a good version too. I like it. Let's see. Books of Bible studies. Here's where I've started taking notes on Bible studies I'm doing. There's 1st and 2nd Peter. And what I did here was copied in the text from 1 Peter chapter 2 and highlighted things I liked. And I just went and circled and put a little color on each of the verses so I could easily see where the verses are. And then here are my notes from chapter 2. And then I just put verse 1 there so you can see these are my notes from verse 1. And then you can type when you want. If you don't want to handwrite, you can type. And actually now I'm pretty sure that the new version of GoodNotes, which I have but haven't used this feature yet, you can handwrite it and it automatically turns it into typing for you. But you can have little boxes and highlight them to feature something. And that's all I have there. 1st and 2nd Peter. Okay, let's go look at see what else I have. The letters of the Apostle John. Okay, and what I did was I copied in, this is NLT, chapter 1, chapter 2. So I actually put the text in here. Now, let me show you one more thing, something really neat. Okay, now I'm going to turn the book sideways. Okay, now I swiped up from the bottom, and I grabbed a hold of GoodNotes, and I'm going to slide it over here. And now look what I have. Here is the actual text of the Bible. Now let me find, oh, that's the wrong one. Let's see, Bible notes. There we go. And then the letters of John. This is what I just opened. See, there's chapter 4. There's chapter 4, except now I'm going to go over here to notes, and I can read here and write over here. And I'll just put chapter 4 and underline that. And now let's do it a smaller pencil. And then I can just start taking notes. Uh-oh, I'm still on that where it makes it nice and neat for you. And my notes on chapter 4. No, I'm not writing very neat there. You can highlight, you can underline, and so you can be reading the Bible verses over here and putting your notes right there. So, pretty neat, huh? And you can close that back up when you don't want it. And flip this back over. And let's go back. And that's it. And you can sort it by, oh, there we go. Date. And it opens, excuse me, what you've used last. So, there.